Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lowell Stitches. Today we are going to be learning how to make this bustier gown with two-step flea and puff sleeve. Let's get right into it. From the previous tutorial, I've already made the upper part of this dress. You see how beautiful it looks, very easy to make. I'll be dropping the link in the description and in the comment section. Do well to watch it. So today we are going to be attaching the lower part to the upper part of this top, the upper part which is the top. So to make things easier, we're going to get the measurement for the down part first. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to take your full body measurement. You will now minus your half waist measurement, which is the top of the gown. When you've minus it, what you have left, that is what we're going to be dividing to get our two-step. So for example, my full body measurement is 56. So I'm going to be minusing 16 inches for my half waist measurement. So we are left with 40 inches for the down part. So it is this down part that we're going to be dividing to get the two-step. So now for the down part, we have 40 inches. We're going to be measuring from your half waist to where you want your first step to reach, and then the second step is going to be what you have left of your half waist of your down part measurement. I hope you understand this. If you are still confused, please watch till the end. You're going to understand it. So since it is a gathered gown, we need to do some calculations. We need to get the width of the first step and the width of the second step. So for the first step, it's going to be your round half waist measurement multiplied by 2.3. I don't want the gathers to be too much, so I have about 62.1. Now, after doing this, to get the round width of the second step, is going to be your first step multiplied by 1.5. That is if you don't want your gathers to be too much, but if you want it to be fuller, you can use your first step multiplied by 2 inches, but I'm using multiplied by 1.5 and I have about 93.2. So I'm just going to approximate it into 100. So that's step 1. We've gotten the round, the horizontal measurement. That's the for step 1 and step 2. Why do I keep saying step 1, step 2? So now the next thing we're going to do is to get the vertical measurement of the first step and the second step. So now it is time for us to get our vertical measurement. That's the straight measurement, the length of the first step and the length of the second step. So remember that my full body length is 56 minus 16 inches. We have 40 inches length for the down part. So now I'm going to be dividing this. I want my first step to be 30 and the second step to be 10. So this depends on you. It depends on how you want it to be. You may decide that you want your first step to be equal with your second step. I don't want it to be equal, so you just measure it on your body or your client's body where you want it to be. So my first step will be 30 inches, then I'm going to be using the remaining 10 inches for my second step. So that is what we are going to be working with. So I've already cut it out. My first step, I've cut out the width and the length. The width we calculated was 62, around 62 point something. So we are going to be gathering it. The length, we have 30. I added 2 extra inches allowance for joining for seam, and the down part to the length is 10 inches. I added 2 extra inches, making it 12, and then I cut out 100 inches, as I said, for the width. So now we're going to be gathering the up and the down parts. So we're going to be sewing a loose stitch at the edge like we normally do for gathering. Then we're going to be gathering it. I'm going to show you how it looks. Okay, so this is it. I hope you can see the thread. I've sewn a loose stitch at the edge, just a little, about 0.3 inches, not too much. So I'm going to be drawing the rope like this to gather it. I don't have that. We're going to be gathering and then we're going to be attaching it to the upper part. I don't have that sewing foot for gathering, so I'm just going to be doing it the manual way. I've also done the same thing too for the downside. I've sewn a loose stitch around it and I'm going to be drawing the rope like this, the upper part. I'm going to be gathering it till I have the desired length, the length we calculated, till I have it, and then I'm going to be joining. The first thing I'm going to do after doing this, I'm going to be joining the down part, the first step to the second step. Just in case we don't know how to gather a fabric, I'm just going to put a short clip here to show you how gathering a fabric is done, it is quite easy. Just pull the thread, just not too tight, and start gathering the clothes together. So it's just what the name implies. I'm done gathering, so we're going to be attaching the first step to the second step. Remember, we just gathered the top part of the first step, so we're going to be attaching the second step to the down part of the first step. And after this, we're going to be working on our lining. So we're just going to join it like this. I'm going to be joining it by 1 inches. So just join it by 1 inches at the edge. So let's work on the lining. I've cut out and gathered the lining. The length is 30 inches and then the width is my half waist measurement multiplied by 1.5. You don't want your lining to be too bulky because it's going to look like a baby's dress. So in fact, adding lining is optional. If you're working with a really good fabric, you don't need to add a lining. So now we're going to be attaching the lining and the main fabric on the half waist. So what we're going to be doing is to place the ruffle on the half waist. We've opened it up, so we're going to be placing the ruffle the right side facing the right side like this, and then we're just going to pin it down to make sure that everything is equal. So I'm done pinning it. The next thing we're going to do is to place our lining on it. So we're going to be placing it on the opposite side. We're going to be turning it over like this. On the lining part or the back side of the half waist, we're going to be placing our lining like this. So when we place it like this and sew it like this, we'll turn it over. So when we turn it over, the joining, the rough edges will not be showing. So place it like this, the way I'm doing it. Just follow the way I'm doing it. Make sure it is equal and pin it down. So just watch as I do it. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it on my sewing machine. Please watch and listen carefully. The top. This is the gathered fabric and the lining is behind. So I'm just going to arrange it properly like this. Then you're going to sew. So you don't have to worry. Just look at the lining on that. As you're arranging the one at the top, you're arranging the one at the back too. Okay. So arrange the lining on that. Then we arrange the gathers on top. See, we're almost at the joining by the waist, so I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. Arrange your gathers. So when you get to this joining by the side, you're going to just find a way to know where it is. I'm going to stop here. Then, so I won't be sewing on this. I'm just going to push this allowance inward. I'm going to push it inward like this. Push it inward properly. Arrange your lining. Arrange it. Place your upper body like this. We push the lining inside. Then you're going to place your flare and continue from where you stop. Double stitch and then you continue sewing. So as you're doing it, just make sure you arrange the lining properly the way I'm doing it. Arrange your lining properly. Place the upper body on it. Place your gathers. Then you continue sewing. So when you get to the other joining allowance, you're also going to repeat the same process we did for the first joining allowance, and you're going to sew everything together. Okay guys, this is it. I'm done sewing it. The down part, I've folded the edges. So what we're going to do next is to turn the lining over like this. So when you turn it over like this is how it's going to look. You see how neat it looks from the inside, and also our seam allowance is still intact. So this is how it's going to. So this is it, guys. So we're just going to, you're either going to choose to overlock the edge of the down part like this, or you turn it over like this and just join the lining and the main fabric together. You're also going to have a very good finishing like that. And after doing that, of course, what we're going to do is to give is to join it at the down and also add our zipper and our sleeve. As I said, please do well to watch the previous tutorial for the upper part. So I'm just going to join it and show you how it looks. So this is it, guys. It's looking very clean from the inside. I have added the zip. I've joined it, like I said, by the side. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to add the sleeve. As I said, please watch the previous video. The link will be in the description and in the comment section. There I made the tutorial of how to make the upper part and the sleeve. And that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so. This is the final look.